Today, Ox, I've got a question for you that's going to change people's lives.
Really?
And I'm talking men and women.
You're going to give them the heads up on it, or are we just going to...
Well, I've just got to work out how I'm going to phrase it. But it affects every one of us.
Okay. Well, now I'm intrigued.
I
am intrigued.
Every single one of us.
Yep.
And it's a turning point in all of our lives. And I just want to know when it's coming.
This is big. This is big.
This is big.
You found religion.
I have not found religion, Dan. No, I have not found religion. Anyway, let's move on with the programming. Can we? The MCG. Now, you were going off your head last
No, I wasn't
time.
going off my head. I just said...
Well, you're disappointed in them.
Well, a lot of us like to work in cash.
That's right.
You know, you occasionally do a talk, maybe once or twice a year, where you get a little bit of cash.
Once.
And... but you declare it, of course.
Of course.
As we always do.
Absolutely.
You've got to declare all your cash
Every
out.
single time.
All right. So I try and take that declared cash to the MCG.
Yeah. And spend it.
And spend it, but I can't. The problem is the MCG does not accept cash.
Part of the update, have you paid your kid back because you made him?
Yeah, no, I paid
made him shout all your mates.
He's shouting all. Yeah, I've paid the little fella back. Because when you don't have tap and go, as I don't have, I'm a little bit, but I've now realised if I'm going to go to the G, I'm going to have to fill up my MCC card.
Yeah.
Because, one of those cards.
Right.
So I've got one of those cards.
That's good.
Or I'm going to have to get tap and go.
Right.
So I might even buckle and get tap and go.
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay.
I think you should do it.
But I found out there is some place at the MCG that does accept cash. There's only one place that
At the
accepts
G?
cash. Yeah.
Okay, let me try and guess.
I'll give you 5 guesses.
Well, I know one for
Okay.
sure.
Okay, we'll come back to the one for sure last.
No. Surely when you're walking into the MCG, you've got to pay for the record
Yes.
with cash.
No. Tap and go now with records.
Are you joking?
From what I understand, yes. Incorrect.
Oh, my
But
God.
I will be proven wrong on that one, maybe. But I believe it's now tap and go. They've all got tap and goes.
Well, you got little Johnny running around with an
Little
apple
Johnny
thing.
with tap and go.
14-year-old kid's got a tap and go.
Yep.
So, well, because every once in a while, if the record was like $13, quite often you just give him $15. He fiddles around, you know, like they do. They
Yeah,
fiddle
of
for
course they
change
do.
and change. Oh, hang on, mate. I almost got. Hey, Johnny, mate, could I have? And you just go, no, don't worry,
No,
mate.
don't worry
And
about
you
it,
just
mate.
walk off, and the little bugger makes $2 every time.
So it should be tip and go for the record point. Should be
yes.
tip and go. So no. So there's one guess.
All right.
What's your second guess?
The coffee joint. where you can
Coffee
get it-
joint. Bum bum.
Well, what is it then?
There's only one.
Where you pay for your membership?
Bum bum. Card only.
Well, what is it then?
There's only one.
What is it?
I'm curious now.
Are you going to tell us?
You ready?
Oh, mate, I am ready.
The TAB.
Come on.
The only place at the MCG where you can use your cash is in the TAB.
And is that one of those machines that you just put the $50 in,
No,
or is
I
it
think they've
across
got-
the counter?
No, I think it's across the counter. And as you know, Marko,
Joking.
I don't go to the TAB. And there's not
Oh, yeah,
much.
that's
The only
right.
thing you can buy at the TAB is bets.
So you're buggered completely.
So I am stuffed when it comes to cash at the MCG.
Mate, I've got a stack of feedback for you, like a stack. So Jack Johnson,
Yep.
mate, banks are getting rid of cash. Cost too much to carry. Who needs it anymore? ? Jimmy, move with the times, Ox. Glenn Scary, the future is irrelevant. How can an establishment reject legal tender for 80,000 people? It's wrong. Cash is legal tender. That's right. The Gab have been doing it ever since COVID started. That's from Paul KP and Hawk Jam.
Hawk Jam.
Now, I'm going to say a rude word here. Thinking of the Wogs right now in this difficult time.
Yeah, it's very, very tough for them. I also found out that it saves the MCG $8 million a year by not using cash.
Oh, is that because the staff is light-fingered?
No.
They're touching the till?
No, not because of theft.
The little buggers are touching the till $18 million worth a year.
It's to do with armour guard and to do with wages in counting the cash and all associated with dealing with the legal tender.
Right.
So $8 million. But I've done the economics scenario here.
Yeah.
I reckon they're losing $20 million by people not being able to use cash. That's my guess.
Well, can I ask you this?
Because I'm not going to. Sometimes if I want to pay cash, I'll go and buy a meat
Yeah.
pie or a cornetto or something. If for some reason I don't want to tap and go, or if I don't, they've got to be losing out a little bit, surely.
You've been a brilliant businessman in your life.
Oh, brilliant!
You have been.
Oh, yeah.
The first place I saw a cashless place of business was Bounce. Now, you had a joint called Supertramp.
Yep.
That was very, very good.
Yes.
I've got to give it to you. That joint was sensational.
Well, Bounce bought us out.
Were you cashless
No,
at
way.
Supertramp?
Not a chance. We encourage cash and lots of it. Lots of it. Well, lots of it.
Okay. So
a trampoline.
Next question.
Trampoline.
Next question.
Yep.
Could you trust the kids who are running it? Because if there's cash involved, I know there's a kid, because the old saying, if you're not skimming a little, you're skimming a lot.
Yeah, true. But when you got cameras everywhere,
Yeah, okay.
and even if they're not turned on, they're still a very good deterrent.
Yeah, right.
And because we're working because Supertramp, it was quite litigious at times because of kids hurting themselves. You had to have a lot of cameras everywhere, and we had them over each till, and it was pretty hard to get around.
Yeah.
It was pretty hard to get
The
around.
kids will find a way, though. You would have found a way to skim.
No.
You would have back in your day. I guarantee it.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'll tell you the best money earner at Supertramp at the time were those claw machines. Those
What claw? Oh, yeah.
where you go in there and you pick out the toy.
Game of skill.
No.
Game of skill,
no,
mate.
I'm not sure if
Game
they were.
of skill.
I'm not sure if they were a game of skill. I think it was a game of luck, but only paid out 20%.
All right, that's one update. Well done.
Yes, thank you.
The other one that our outsiders here, Dan and Daryl, doubted us was the Heather Mackay interview that
right.
we've been promising for so long, and
Okay.
you thought you had an in.
Yeah,
Where's it at?
I got an in. I've got a number.
You got a number?
Yeah. Now I know.
How'd you get a number?
Well, you just got to ask. You just got to go to the right people. So Dan went through Squash Australia. Now everybody knows Squash Australia is like the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
You just can't get through it. You can't get through it because they're getting peppered for interviews day in, day out. Day in, day out.
So they're the Mongolians who can't get through the Chinese wall.
Can't get through. So
Right,
I rang a mate who knew a mate who got to Heather, and we've got a number, and we'll be speaking to Heather Mackay in due course.
Well, we've got to call
if she answers the phone.
Now, is it a landline? Because Heather's a bit.
Yes.
She's old, mate.
It's a landline.
It's a landline.
02, I'll give you the first three numbers, 624. So it's legitimate. 02 624.
Heather Mackay, I'll give you the tip, is not being peppered for interviews.
No. Squash Australia get inundated about Heather Mackay.
That's garbage. I don't believe it.
I promise you,
You're
she's
talking out of your ass. I don't believe
I
it.
promise you, she's being peppered. She is a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
She's an Australian legend.
Who makes this call? Who makes this call to just get through? Because
Well, I've got somebody who's making the call on our behalf first.
who's that?
KB. And then, well, Hall of Famers, mate. They hang out together.
That's right.
They have tea parties and all that sort of stuff.
That's right. That's right.
So we'll get someone of the same vintage because Kev is now
110.
he's nearly 110. I think he's 109. So he'll speak to Heather, and then Heather will speak to us. So
Okay.
we are away.
I think we need to get KB on the podcast just to get how he's going to say things.
Yep. Oh, he'll be Killadilla. It'll be
There's another dollar.
There's another. He'll have shades of Baryshnikov. He will bring out every line he can.
So your homework's been done, you're saying.
I've done it.
What about Marko's homework?
What homework was that?
Ricky Ponting, Andrew Gay.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
No, I've spoken to both. No.
Hang on. Have you spoken to Gazy?
Yeah.
I did see a bit of feedback about Andrew Gaze. I saw some feedback about Andrew Gaze
Coming on the show.
coming on our show.
Oh, I saw that feedback too.
Some
You're
would
talking about
say-
the Twitter feedback.
Yeah, some were saying love Gazy, love him to bits.
No, everyone loves Gazy.
But his coaching in Sydney wasn't great.
No.
And some would suggest that Andrew Bogut might be more direct and not as fluffy.
This is
And
talking
I saw
about
you respond saying, no, we love Gazy and he's a good man.
Yeah.
So are you going to go with Bogut or are you going to go with Gaze?
No, I said I'd go with the flag carrier, Andrew Gaze.
Yep.
Who, because if you missed the episode last time, we were talking about nets going up on rings right around the country.
In local
That's right.
Local basketball
And he's
courts.
on board, and there is a fair chance that there could be a massive monster campaign moving forward with us and Andrew Gaze.
Really? A massive campaign?
To put nets on basketball rings around the country.
So all right, if we're talking campaigns and you're talking massive.
I'm
so
talking-
the last sporting campaign that was massive was Life Be In It.
Yeah.
So we're going to do like a Netsby in it.
Yeah. It's going to be like that. It's
There
going to
we
be a
go.
cartoon version of Andrew Bogut and Andrew Gaze.
Netsby in it today with... Is that what it's going to be?
Mate, there's going to be T-shirts and hats.
I love it. I love it.
And everything. We're going to be marching at Canberra.
Yep.
The whole lot.
We'll get Lydia Thorpe to help us out.
Lydia will be there for sure. She'll be
Heather
there
McKay might
for
come
sure.
down.
Oh, we'll get Heather. Don't worry about
What's
that.
the Life Being a
She's
jingle?
only one phone call away.
Do you remember the jingle for Life Being?
What are you singing?
Be in
Life
it
being
today
with more of your life.
Was that you were singing?
Yeah. Yes.
Figure it out.
Hey, just
Well,
on
Ice House actually sang that. If it had been Guy Sebastian, it would have been a hit.
I know you've seen some civil selfishness.
Oh, have I ever?
But before we go, I just want to say, I don't want you to call me a hero, okay?
Oh, hang on.
But this is just on the
Hang
back
on,
of
what
it.
have you done here now, Superman?
Well, remember I told you about the net? I actually went up and put a chain net. I put a chain net on the basketball area that's near my house. I went and did it.
Yeah, good.
And it was a covert operation because I had...
What do you mean it's covert?
Well, because have you been following the news? Of
course I've been.
There are houses who complain
But what
if
do we-
there are too many people playing basketball, and then they have to shut down the basketball court at 6 p.m. so that they can go to sleep, apparently, at 6 p.m.
But what did I say to you? If you're going to put the steel net up, you weld it so they can't
Yeah.
get it off. Did
No,
you weld it?
No, I haven't done that. But there's more to the story. So,
Half a job,
so darkness fell upon
as it does every night.
our court,
Yep.
and,
Yep.
and I had a stocking over my head, and
You
so did my
did
son.
not have a stocking over your head.
And we ran out, and we got the big wheelie bin, and I got Kelly to stand on the wheelie bin
OH&S, very good job.
and hook the net up.
Yep.
Now, because of this, now I'm invested in this area.
Yeah, of course you are.
I'm
This
invested.
is your court. This is the
I
Allen
am
court.
now invested in what goes on. So I drive past it all the time.
Yep.
There's been school holidays, and I can tell you, not only are there kids everywhere playing 3-on-3, 1-on-1, practicing their free throws, the whole lot. But every time I go past, there's almost a punch up every time. So I've got every kid
Punch it on.
not only playing basketball, but executing their MMA style tactics all through Hampton. And
Any blood below the net? Because apparently fingers were getting ripped off and all that sort of stuff, and that's why they shut them all down.
there has not been one kid lose one finger so far.
That's a win.
Not
I think-
one.
Well done.
You
Not
know what?
one.
You should
Thank
put
you.
you should put a cape on. That is hero. That is hero status right there.
I don't want to be a crusader, but I do want to be known as a hero in my area for doing this.
You know on golf courses where
Yeah.
you're playing golf and you happen to repair a pitch mark from
Yeah.
somebody else.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's just a good service.
It's good karma, mate. It means you're going to hole more putts.
So what I think we should do, if you happen to see a basketball court from here on in
Yeah.
without a net on,
Yeah.
like repairing a pitch mark,
Yep.
go in there and put a net on there.
That's it. That's what I want. I want everyone listening to this
Yep,
podcast.
I'm going to do one tomorrow.
Everyone listening to this podcast. You know how much
You
a
don't
net
have to put a
costs?
stocking on your head though. You can just go and do it normally. You go and do it normally.
It costs like $12.
$12.
It'll be the best $12 you ever spent. Just
it's
go
gotta-
and do it.
Get a steel one. Get a metal one because otherwise I'll cut them down with scissors.
Unfortunately, I've got to teach Kelly how to weld now. we'll have to go back and get the little fella welding. Hey, one more.
Yes.
I know you've got some civil selfishness
Just one.
up your sleeve
Yep.
that you have noticed.
One. Now, I don't know how to bring this up because it is a little bit self-indulgent
This is
from
good.
my own
It's
point
the
of
best
view.
kind of civil selfishness.
But I think people who do it
Yeah.
are really selfish.
yeah.
And if you have a neck or a face tattoo, you're a selfish human being
If you have, why?
because they're bad to look at.
So they're ruining everybody
Yes.
else's
Yes.
getting around town experience.
So, to be honest, are you going to employ someone with face or neck tattoos?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
But I'll tell you what,
Are you going to go and buy? Are you going to go and buy a house off someone with neck or face tattoos?
No,
of course
I'm
not.
not.
You buy a car off them.
No.
I don't even want to buy a chicken sandwich off someone with a neck tattoo or face tattoos. Would you? All right, you rock up to school.
Yes.
And Kelly's teacher has got neck tattoos or face tattoos. Are you going to be happy that Kelly's being taught by a thug?
He's ruined my life.
Yes.
Because I couldn't have it.
There you go. So
This is actually working out okay.
I don't think
You're
it's
right.
stupid. I think you are. I think it is civil selfishness. And if you're all right, you're driving down the road, and you accidentally cut someone off.
Yes.
And you get up to the window and you go like this, and he's got a tattoo on his face and on his neck.
My head goes down like this. Like Gladstone Small.
How scared are you?
Oh, Gladstone Small,
That's
mate.
scary.
I'm down like this.
How scary is that? That is civil selfishness right there, that he's intimidating us.
So these bastards with
Yeah.
face
Tattoos. Yep.
tattoos.
Or neck tattoos.
You selfish mongrels.
Dusty selfish.
Selfish.
Very, very selfish. It's all about him.
You played at the highest level of the AFL, Ox.
Yeah.
I would say you would be, if you played right now, in the minority by not having
Oh,
Nick.
absolutely. I am in the minority, full stop.
What's the percentage?
Actually, I am in the minority. I'm a white 50-year-old man without tattoos. I am in the absolute minority. I have no say in anything.
And you've never done a drug in your life?
Never done a drug
You're
in my
white,
life.
You're
I'm
old.
white,
You're balding.
balding.
Who the hell are you?
What has happened? Goodness me.
Hey, listen, we've drifted on a bit. But that important question that's making me squirm in my seat,
Oh,
even just think about it.
okay.
We're gonna have a break, but that's coming up next, mate. So prepare yourself.
I am.
You're having a couple of beers with a couple of blokes. This is Ox and Marko. And when you get a sec, we'd love you to subscribe and rate the podcast.
What's this big question you want to ask?
Well, this big question is not just for you and me.
Okay.
This question is for everybody who
Is
has,
this mankind? Is this a
Blood.
mankind question?
mankind.
Above 18 or below 18?
This is 40,000 years of evolution as the human
All right.
species.
Okay.
And at the moment,
All right.
we've arrived at a particular time,
A juncture.
a juncture.
Yep.
It's a crossroad.
Okay.
Right? It is a crossroad that we have found ourselves in as a species.
Okay. All right. Go. Hit me with it.
Pornography.
Oh, all right. You've hit a
Porn.
You've hit a topic very close to my heart.
I knew it would be. Right? I knew it would
What
be.
about it?
All right. So I'm just going to speak freely. Okay.
You've been making some.
No,
Oh, okay. All right.
no, I haven't.
All right. I thought you wanted a distribution channel or something.
Not lately. Anyway, nothing.
All right. All right.
Right, zero.
Okay.
Zero. No dick pics, nothing.
Okay.
Right?
Good.
Nothing.
Good.
Zero. Zero, zero, zero.
Okay.
But you know as well as I do
Yeah, I do.
that porn is flicked around
Oh, willy-nilly.
from phone to phone, willy-nilly.
Yeah, it is.
It's everywhere.
Yep.
And it's been everywhere ever since we had the Nokia.
Yep.
The Nokia, you know,
Yep,
it was a little bit pixelated,
Yeah, the 2110.
but it was still coming
Yeah,
through.
I remember it vividly.
Now, these days, it's getting pretty graphic, you know?
Yes.
It's getting to the point where I'm
And screens are getting clearer.
blushing sometimes.
You
Like,
are.
my question to you, sir,
Yep.
is when do we wave goodbye to porn?
What? Wave goodbye to it.
Because sometimes,
Oh,
you
do
know,
you mean saying goodbye via flicking it via messages?
when do we say, I can't open that? I'm at a point in life where, you know, I've got 15 WhatsApp groups and every day somebody sends something, right?
Yep.
Every day. And I look, right?
Yep, yep.
I push play and I look at it and I go, wow,
Phew.
holy, what the hell's going on
Yeah,
there?
I'm hearing
right?
you. I'm hearing you.
But at some stage in our lives, Ox,
You're talking about age. What age is the age of
Well-
non-opening?
well, I want to ask you the basics
Okay.
of when, as men and also as women,
Oh, women love it.
we don't push play, do they?
Well,
Yes.
I got friends. I
I
got
think-
friends
I think
with women
you're-
that like porn.
No,
Absolutely.
No, of course, some women.
Porn's not bad.
No, I agree with you 100%.
Porn's not bad,
It's not.
but it's not for everybody.
Of course not.
So if you don't want to watch it, you just look away.
But for the other 95% of us,
Yes. yeah.
we push the play
We
button.
push the
right?
play.
We push the play button.
So do you want to know what age?
I know, like at 54.
No, you're in the sweet spot. you're in the sweet spot, and I'll tell you why. Now I'll tell you why you're in the sweet spot.
Why?
Because And you've been married to Trish a long time.
20 years.
20 years.
20 great years.
And you know each other back to front.
That's right.
You just know each other really well.
That's right. But, hey, I always check the room before I push the play button.
Of course.
I couldn't do it I'm not sitting in the bedroom, she's reading the book and I'm pushing play. That doesn't happen.
And you're also checking the volume button. Because the volume button is really important also.
It's down.
It's very, very down.
It's down.
No, you're in the sweet spot. As I said, you're in the sweet spot. You're 54. Things in the bedroom between you and Trish, they're not going to go to new levels straight away from here on in. From 54 to 64, you're probably on the other side of the bell curve.
Well, let's put in the parameters, all right?
Okay, well, we don't send messages unless they're over 18.
Okay.
Okay.
So I imagine at 80, you're not pushing play.
Yes, you are.
You're pushing delete.
No, because at 80, you're not going to get it at home.
Things mightn't be working.
No, well, that's it.
Without the blue pill.
So maybe, the porn is the only thing that gets Mr. or Mrs. Grandma or Grandpa excited.
Up and going.
So I think there is no limit on the age.
So I can push play until I'm 84, 85?
Yep. I think go for it. I'm going to.
All right,
I'm serious about this.
All right, well, part B.
There's nothing wrong with looking.
Part B.
Yes.
Part B. Now, neither of us know this because if Trish is watching porn, I've got no idea. Right? I wouldn't have a clue. When do women, just obviously, now you got to think about this. When do they stop pushing the play button? Because I'm sure in their little WhatsApp groups, the book club and, the mums club with the newborns, I'm sure it's getting flicked around somewhere.
Oh, no.
Somewhere in this country.
I'm tipping Trish is watching more porn than you. That's my gut feel. That's my gut feel. Knowing Trish's WhatsApp friends, there's a fair bit of sharing of material happening. But that's normal.
It couldn't possibly be happening.
It is normal.
I'd just like to put out there via our socials. Can you just get back to us, ladies? 'Cause I know there's lots of ladies who listen to this podcast. Are you pushing the play button, or do you have to source it yourself? Are you watching porn, girls?
My feel is that the porn they are watching is different to the porn we're watching.
What are they watching?
I think they're watching more romantic porn.
What, cuddling and stuff?
Yeah.
That's not porn.
No. No, that's the after. That's the after. No, not cuddling, but more romantic where it's, there's music and oil and, there's lighting.
Lighting.
Yeah. So not like park stuff that you're watching or in the car or that sort of stuff. I think. Don't laugh. I'm serious when I'm talking about this. I think it's more romantic.
Right.
I think women are watching more romantic.
Than what gets passed around for us.
There was a lot of talking early on.
Because let's face it, blokes are trying to shock.
Of course they are.
It's shock factor.
Of course it is.
The stuff, sometimes there's particulars, you know what's coming. You know this, Johnny from Dalesford.
And you still press play every time, don't you?
You know he's sending something that's going to shock you, and you go bang. And you look at it and you go, holy moly, I can't believe that's happening. What the hell has happened today? Righto, come on, time to spin the wheel. My God, I'm sweating.
All right, here we go.
Righto, what's it landed on? A porn joke.
Oh, come on.
What a coincidence. So
Is this episode 69 or something?
We've got 25 different categories and it landed on the porn joke.
All right.
Go on.
Porn.
Go
I don't
on.
know a lot of porn jokes, but I might just pull one out.
Do a bit of research.
All right. What is a porn star's favourite holiday movie?
I don't know.
Tits a Wonderful Life.
God.
That'll do. Yeah, let's get out of
All right,
here.
I'll do one more. I'll do one more, 'cause that one wasn't
Yeah, make the show better.
What is a porn star's favourite musical?
I don't know.
Titty Titty Gangbang.
That'll do. Catch you next time. I'm out of here.
I can't even. I'm not even going to do the closing credits. Daryl, stop the music. Stop the music. Because this episode has been a disgrace. I'm not even going to do the closing credits this week. Ox and Marko, between the two of them, have turned into Rodney Roode and Kevin Bloody Wilson. And those jokes, well, they're outrageous. So where the show close would normally go, like about here, this week, all we're going to play is the music. That's all. Because this episode has gone totally off the rails. And I'm not doing it.
Hey, buddy. This Heather Mackay thing, I'm very excited. If you can get KB to get her on, I'll be that excited about Heather Mackay coming on our program than anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
I think she's a good get.
No, I reckon.
But I'd be as excited to speak to KB about her. We might need KB to get involved. Ooh,
Oh, don't tell me.
that's a WhatsApp. That's from Nige.
Don't push play.
Oh, no. That's one of those videos.
I'm getting out of here.